but they took the idea of a barrel, right? And then imagine the barrel is full of liquid, right? And then at the bottom of it, right, you have settlement or balls. You have settled balls, right? And the density of the balls, I can't say apples because the apples float, but denser balls, something denser than apples, and they just have sunk down. And that is the trauma and density is at the bottom of the barrel, right? And then what I saw, where the channel version of a podcast that I saw is what you do is you start rattling you start rocking the barrel. You know how barrels roll, and then you can start just rocking because it's doing this, right? And what does it do?
It all sloshes out.
It sloshes out, and the balls, just through this vortex that you're creating within the barrel, start to pop up. Even though they're dense, they start to go up, right? On Instagram, a lot of people do the whole pouring of clean water into the dirty water. And then sooner or later, the dirty water flows out slowly and then gets replaced with clean water.
If you take a cup of muddy water and you just let it sit for a while, it will be, you'll have, I wouldn't drink it, but you'll have clear-ish water at the top and you'll have a bunch of sediment at the bottom.
Yeah, but that's the density and trauma. Right? And the clear is what's being masked to the idea that everything is hunky-dory. And then the election comes and all of a sudden, guess what? That is the stir because the trauma is like something just poked it, right? Whatever your personal trigger that you choose to have into this world, something just poked it. And all of a sudden, the sediment just went, and then all of a sudden the water is getting back muddier. And you're like, oh, too much, right? But that is basically this barrel, this water starting to get stirred up. So these balls can start to fly out. Because eventually, if enough centrifugal force starts doing this, and balls come up and up and up, and the barrel is not closed at the top, the balls will just start to fly out. And the density of your trauma will become lost, right? Or dissipate, right? Yeah. You will release. You will let go based on David Hawkins' standpoint, right? Yeah. Because you're allowing it to flow through you. You're acknowledging, oh yes, I do feel hopeless. I do feel afraid. I do feel trapped. And that's okay. But I'm allowing this to be my truth. And then when you allow that to be your truth, then gnosis happens, awakening happens. And guess what? Next time election comes around, you're no longer attached to Billy Bob's or Sally Sue. You know, it doesn't matter, right?